Previously on Roll No Evil.
It's looking for the thing that got us in.
Wyatt dueled it, and then Wyatt also asked, like, did you kill my father? And the thing just kind of tipped its hat and then left.
The sheriff, I did prepare and lay to rest in our graveyard.
His was the only body left behind.
Yes.
By the lead of this bullet and the soul it has claimed,
Rise again and walk these lands.
The night before was fuzzy, but I was in a place called Progress.
You, Bill, Spectre, you're all the same.
yes, you know my mother.
Yes. She met your daddy. He was also deaf. You met the father yet?
Hearing about the book and the monastery, my gut tells me he might know more about you and maybe even where you came from.
It seems that all of our roads converge at Father Milton.
Alrighty, so we left off last time. It was a quick little session of you getting on the same page, learning a bit more about where you need to go. But also, Stick was not present for this, so Stick, you can get filled in, but I'm gonna require that Eduardo in character has to fill you in.
You listen to session 7, Stick. I edited.
You posted it somewhere? No, I honestly didn't because I haven't been getting any of the notifications for some reason.
That's the same excuse my brother uses.
Before we go into that one, did anybody level up?
I leveled up last session.
I didn't, but can I ask nicely to?
How far are you?
Super fucking far.
Then no. Then no. Who is leveling up? I think I saw one hand.
Yeah, when I just took a +1 to cool, so now it's just a straight 0 instead of a -1.
Ooh, improvement.
Ooh.
All right.
We are now net zero cool.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
One I'm gonna ask, I think it was kind of discussed last session. Do we want to begin that your characters took a long rest?
I'll be honest, how did it end? I just remember playing sad guitar over like multiple monologues.
That's true. We were planning on going to the priest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Monastery.
Father Milton?
Milton.
Yeah, but Father Stilton?
Milton of
Jeez.
Milton's Miltons?
Milton? No, anyways. Yeah, I think it was, we wanted to, I think, yes, long rest, because it was kind of the end of a long day, because that whole day also included, it was not just last session, but it was also the session before, because that was also like that whole jail cell talk with Cyrus and Bill, and like other shit that happened. And so I feel like that probably feels like a full ass day.
It was probably pushing it past, like, probably like a day and a half. Like, it was.
It's probably sleepy times. Not
Lucky
that, does Cyrus sleep? Actually, I don't think
He does fill up, meta-wise. He rests.
He closes his eyes.
Yeah,
I'm
hands
not
on the
sleeping,
shoulders.
I'm closing my eyes.
Like a vampire.
And I thought he was a vampire originally.
You did.
You
They
did.
did call a vampire.
Um,
You're kind of right.
Yeah, you said that pretty. I mean, to be fair, with the no blood thing, like that was
No,
pretty
just-
early.
At the bar with like your weird eyes that made me feel scared or uncomfortable. I was like,
yeah.
"Your creature."
She called it early.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
Wyn doesn't have a gaydar. She's got a cryptigar.
A cryptigar.
What's the difference?
No, I had this whole plan in my head, not plan, but like scene imagined of like how I was gonna like come out as undead and all of that, and it just like not like didn't even come close happening. But what ended up like this was better. This was so much better. But man, I had a line and everything I was gonna say, and that line like I'm still holding on to because who knows. But I imagined that like I think. Almost when did we first? I think it was almost a year ago when we first started talking about our characters for Bittermesa. So it's in here. It's happening one day.
One day.
maybe it's going to be a Patreon special. The Patreon that we keep on talking about having that we just don't have.
Coming soon to Amazon
I
Prime.
feel like we can't have it at this point just because it has to stay a bit.
I love that.
I thought we had an OnlyFans.
No, that's just
just
you.
I mean, I do, but nobody's found that yet.
Wait, so where have I been posting my feet pics to?
You've already made that joke.
You made that joke in first episode.
You also didn't listen back to the first episode after it got published.
Little peek behind the curtain for the listeners that we released the first episode while we're still recording this season. So thank you.
No, I listened to the episode. I listened to it twice. I listened to it on the YouTubes and I listened to it on Spotify.
The YouTubes?
No, you only listen to it once because we don't pad our views.
I'm still trying to get over the YouTubes.
I wanted to see how long we could keep that silence there.
I wanted to see what both things are because I wanted to support our artists too. But have you ever not heard of sticking to the bit?
Sticking to the bit?
Yeah. On my gravestone, when Jenkins dies, it'll say, Jenkins, he committed to the bit.
Oh, I thought
I
you were
thought
going
you
to
were
say
gonna
when you
say-
die because you're a stick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm an immortal stick.
No, you're not. So next session, Stick will be dead.
Finale, he's dead.
It's very likely.
Alrighty. So, all agreement, long rest?
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Was anybody labeled as unstable?
By my therapist, yeah.
Oh, God.
Real quick, fun fact. I first made my first character sheet for Cyrus July 20th, 2023. It's July 14th, 2024.
That is so
I'm
funny.
pretty sure I wrote Eduardo's character sheet during the recording session.
I'm obsessed
Yeah,
with you.
you just fucking said fuck it.
Fuck it, we ball.
All right. So, everybody takes a long rest. Reset your harm.
Done. Eduardo doesn't do much.
All right. So from there, we're going to open up the day. The sun is beginning to rise. We'll say it's about, you slept in. You hadn't slept in for a while. So we'll say you slept in a little bit, and we'll begin with Eduardo and Jenkins. We're going to say that you're at the saloon getting breakfast. And Eduardo, you're going to try to fill old man Jenkins in on what he missed the previous day.
I feel like we need to do like the Freaky Friday transition where it like goes from my Jenkins grunts into his Jenkins grunts.
Why are you guys grunting together?
Listen, it was a long
You
night.
clearly aren't subscribed to our OnlyFans.
I spooned this man for warmth.
Go on.
Do we really want to get into all the spooning that happens here?
All I'm picturing is like the classic like sunrise copyright free music, the followed by
Where am I?
We'll set the scene.
This ain't my homestead.
You're in the saloon. Eduardo has brought you there in the morning, and you got little. You know what? There's a nice little plate of food that uses sharing.
Jenkins is completely out of sorts. He grabs the plate and holds it up like a weapon, prepared to defend himself.
All right, the food slides down you.
He don't care.
It's like bacon and beans. Like it's just all over your front now.
Eduardo just kind of like stares back in like a little bit of shock because he's just kind of sitting there like Mrs. Nesbit style, like pouring tea in the morning.
Jenkins
like,
throws the plate
at
you, like immediately, like first humanoid creature. He's not in his homestead. He doesn't know where he's at. He's old. He's a drunkard. He's disoriented.
Eduardo would like to roll to catch all of it in his mouth.
I was about to say, stick, roll, kick some ass.
Oh shit.
Because you're throwing it at him.
That's plus
Tough.
What is that? Plus tough. Oh, that's a 7.
All right, Eduardo?
Eduardo shoots Jenkins. Duel, motherfucker, now. You spilled the goddamn milk.
I'm going to say that it doesn't hurt as it dings you, but you do get food on you, so you're going to take negative charm.
I already have that in real life, damn it. Eduardo just kind of like does the cream pie to the face, the actual cream pie. Stop.
I said bacon and beans. You just added that.
But he goes and like windshield wipers the bacon and bean juice off of his eyebrows and just through a face full of old-timey breakfast foods, just like, good morning to you too, Senor Jenkins.
Where am I? This isn't my homestead. Oh, it's you, Milk Boy. I'm sorry about that.
I assumed you lived here, based off of the other patrons.
I own property. I was here before the saloon was here.
I don't correlate Jenkins with like having a home. I just kind of think of him as this little chaos gremlin that's been following everybody around. It's just like, yes, I brought you here. No, the saloon is your home. Yes.
No, gosh darn it! I got my own place. Sorry, I think I got bean in my throat. No, I do I have a map? He'll waddle over to you and start like searching in your pockets to see if you have a map.
What you do pull out is a thin piece of paper, rectangle size. It is the miner's license that Eduardo got you.
Senor Jenkins, don't read that.
I thought you were my friend. I thought you were gonna help me out, and then you go back and you double cross me like this.
It was meant to be a gift, Senor Jenkins. It is for you.
Wait, for me?
Yes. I even had them spell your name right. It says J N K N-S. It is for you, my friend.
Wow. You're the only person who's been nice to me. Well, I mean, you and my family, but give me a hug. He'll try to like climb up like a squirrel, and he'll like hug. He'll put his arms around your neck and give you a hug as he like scales your body.
We're getting to lore about Jenkins, but before we begin, I don't think it was ever canonically said how tall is Jenkins that he's climbing.
No, I did mention it. He's like 5'3".
Okay.
See, I've always pictured Eduardo as just being this kind of giant of indeterminate size, but I did listen to episode 1 back, and I do say he's 5 foot tall and 5 feet wide.
Yeah.
So if anything, you climb down to hug me by about 3 inches.
I think we need to retcon that.
I don't like it because that gets rid of the tit window.
Yeah, so you're 7 feet tall and 7 feet wide.
I always thought you said
Eduardo is as tall and as wide as he needs to not be.
You're as tall as George Washington.
Sure.
Is that a reference? We're supposed to understand.
6'20".
6'20".
Anywho.
Thank you, buddy. You're the only person that's been kind to me. You and my family, and well, that shadowy person was nice to me once. He just listened, but you really went out of your way. I appreciate that.
Eduardo does the like typical Hallmark movie of like not holding him, but then like slowly like just kind of brings his arms around and holds Jenkins close to him and just says, "You have also shown me a great kindness. You have taken me to new heights, to new concoctions, to new what was it that we said in season 2, episode 1? Cocktail.
Oh yeah.
But the prospector, he told me about your family, and I wanted to do something nice for you.
I really appreciate that. I'll have to have you over sometime. Give you a nice meal when you come over to visit my place sometime. If you had a map, I'd put it on your map, but I don't know what to think. This might be the redemption that I need.
It is a redemption that you sure deserve, my friend. But if we had a map, you could find it on patreon.com/RNE.
They're actually on Twitter.
Oh, it is on our Twitter?
Twitter, I think Tumblr, and then in Discord.
I like this visual of like this moment is happening and Cyrus is like, got the hat down, like Indiana Jones style in the corner, just like, pretending to be asleep, and just like nobody, like neither of them realize.
Wait, are we in the middle of the saloon, or are we just like in a room in the saloon?
No, there's no rooms in the saloon.
It's one big room.
There's always rooms upstairs in the saloon.
We're in the saloon.
I just said the saloon. I said that it's the next morning. They're in the saloon.
Okay, never mind then. I had this vision of like Cyrus just being like, "What do you need redemption for?" Like,
you know what? I just find it fun, and Jenkins needs to have his moment. So we're just gonna say that you kind of like wandered it. You're beginning to enter the saloon, like you pushed open the doors, and you overheard this.
Cyrus knows a thing or two about redemption.
God, what the fuck is his voice? 1 second. What do you need redemption from, little fella?
Where'd you come from? Oh, it's you. Oh. Why is everybody trying to pry in on my business? This is my business. This is my history, and I need to deal with it the way I can. This isn't on you, this is on me. Well, and apparently Eduardo now.
You just said it out loud, though.
Well, you see, I've been here for a long time. I might look like a young fella, but I've been here longer than even the railroads were here. It's been tough. I left my family on the other side. I'm not from these parts. I'm from the other side, you know. I'm sorry to let you all down by that. I came here to look for a better life for me and my family, but I could only afford for the first time. I hope I completely planned to bring them over here, but I came over here. I started looking for gold, and over months and months and months, like of me setting up my homestead and looking for the gold in the river there, or the mine and everything. Nothing kept coming up, and then all of a sudden the tensions boiled, and then all of a sudden the war happened, and then all the fighting, and then the railroad came through, and I got word that the war passed through my hometown back on the other side. Not too many survivors. My daughter, my wife, they're dead. I wasn't there to protect them. I could have been there to protect them, but I was greedy. I came over here for the gold, for everything. I left them behind. I wasn't a good man. I could have protected them, but I went off on my own. That's not what a man does. A man is there to protect his family, and I hear their voices. I see their faces. Thankfully, only when I'm sober. So I think we're good right now.
Eduardo would like to roll to help someone out.
Okay.
Aww.
It may not be the hug that you deserve, but it's the hug you need. I rolled a 2.
So it's neither.
Mark experience.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, you're kind of like you pick him up, but just from the height, you're so overcome with emotion that you don't look where you're grabbing, so it's like around his neck.
You just see Eduardo just like fully putting this man in an accidental chokehold as a mixture of bacon fat, bean juice, and tears roll down my face.
Yum.
Senor Jenkins, we are here for you. We are compadres.
I appreciate that. Can you let me go? I can't breathe.
Yes. And Eduardo just straight up drops him.
I think Cyrus wants to like put a really awkward hand on Jenkins's shoulder. Like he kind of like reaches out and like doesn't, but then he does like really gently, like barely doing it. Just says, sometimes death isn't the worst option. Hopefully you'll see them there soon. Not too soon, but you'll see them. In progress, maybe one day.
I don't quite know what you mean, but that's oddly comforting, I think.
I don't really know how to do comforting. Death comes for us all someday. I'd like it to. Death, where are you? No.
Where are you, Reaper?
I don't know what Cyrus is on today. Cyrus doesn't know how to do emotions and suddenly has been has had emotions and is like not dealing with him. Anyway.
I also love that Jenkins woke up and we're not telling him shit.
Yeah, you have yet
Oh yeah,
to
that was
tell
your job.
He's yet to ask. He just woke up and threw beans.
But he got sidetracked because bigger things. Yeah, thanks. I'd appreciate it if 2 things real quick. One, try and keep this on the down low. I don't really take kindly to pity. Like I'm into this mess because of my own fault, and I'm looking for the redemption. I truly appreciate the assistance, but I don't want people to hear my story and just give me pity. That's why I appreciate Blanche, you here?
From the back, you hear like commotion. There's a back area where there must have been like a kitchen, like where the booze are, and you could hear from some commotion in there. Like Blanche like comes out, but you can see that like her eyes are a little watery. She must have heard what you were talking about. She's like, yes.
Silver buckets. You weren't supposed to hear that. Dang it.
Well then, shut up, softer.
I don't know how to. And ignore it. Unless that gets me a free drink.
She just kind of like stops, like where usually she has always said no. She's just like, not the good stuff.
I told you no pity, but thank you. I appreciate it. I'll take it anyway.
She leaves like real quick and she gets you a little drink.
But yeah, like I said, no pity parties. I'm in this mess because of my own. And second, if you ever get the time, stop by my homestead and pay tribute or just like say a word to Mary Beth and Lucy. I have a memorial there for them.
Oh,
Jenkins is having a whole ass arc right now.
Yeah, Jenkins got lore.
how the fuck did it take? Okay, you know what? Yeah, all right.
It makes sense why it took so long.
It's true. We've had shit go down. Goddamn.
So Sharma comes real quick and she gives you a pretty sizable like pint of probably like lower tier like ale, whatever they had in the back.
Blanche, I really appreciate the kindness. I also really appreciate all the attitude you give me. Sets me in my place.
Damn right. We all lost people here, but you a good man.
Also, don't let anybody know that I'm from the other side. They hate me enough as it is. If they find that secret out about me, I'm done for in this
You're
town.
from the other side. Win comes in.
First in.
So am I.
Sharma just like looks at you, Jenkins, and Cyrus, and she's like, I would make sure they put that lower register wise. And then she like goes to the back.
Cyrus just says, I don't believe in sides.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, out of character. Didn't you literally hate people because they're from the silver side?
No, he hates rich people.
I just hate people.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Cyrus is based as fuck.
Drew, I'm assuming that Wyatt is following Win right behind.
Nah, he's just chilling in his office.
Oh, you're just not in this?
He's Pepe Sylvia in it.
Okay.
Okay, then Win's grabbing food for him. There you go.
Okay.
There's no plot holes in Roll No Evil.
There'd have to, no, I was about to say there'd have to be plot, but then I realized this is plotty as fuck.
Listen, just for our viewers to know, I planned everything. I'm on version 8, and I'm not kidding. If we had a Patreon, I would put them. I have like a master plan flowchart. I'm on version 8.
I love you.
As the saying goes, the show must go wrong.
How many likes does this video have to get for you to like actually release them?
Oh my god.
I wanna see.
I'm gonna do that for season 3. I'm gonna make like a big thing where I show you where we began and where we ended.
You guys can only get that if you subscribe to our Fansly.
Mm-hmm.
Just every single time it's a different platform.
Also, just for our listeners to also know that it's like, this has been almost, I think, a calendar month since our last recording, and I think it was about a calendar month since the recording before that, so we're really firing on all full cylinders with this, but we got this. We know what we're doing. We are going...
Every episode is a new improv.
Yes. We are going to talk to the priest for, finally, right? After how long have we been talking about it? We're doing it today. It's happening. It's real. Fuck.
Progress is real.
And you should be afraid of it.
And you should be afraid of it. All right. I think Cyrus is like, all right, so we're gonna go talk to this Father Stilton, I think.
Milton.
No, Milton. Fuck. I thought Stilton because of the cheese, because of the milkman, and it made sense in my brain. Anyways, no, Milton. I guess we'll get the sheriff to come along. We could go without him. We could go without him.
No, I'll get the sheriff. I'll tell him that you guys are planning on going over soon.
Yeah, soon. As soon as I get all of the liquids off of my face, and we make sure that Senor Jenkins' wounds have healed from the incident.
Right, you know, I kind of forgot about the incident after all the bonding sharing time that we did with the mysterious guitar music. So I'll get breakfast for Sheriff, and I'll bring it back to him while you guys do that.
Don't worry. These wounds that I've been having, they've been here forever.
Make sure he pays you a living wage.
I'm going to do this. I am going to get a random number between 1 to 6, and that is how many minutes, Travis, you have to catch Stick Up.
Oh fuck.
You have 3 minutes.
Okay, that's okay. I was thinking that like Watch Our Luck, it was gonna be a 1.
Hold on.
Be surprised what I can do with 3 minutes.
All right, hold on. I'm getting the clock up. All right, you have on the timer. Go.
Senor Jenkins, ayúdame. What do you remember from before you woke up and began throwing beans?
I remember something about how did I end up in jail? Oh wait, we went to. I didn't end up in jail. We went to jail, and we were talking to the cloudy boy over there, and we were talking to Billy. We were talking to Billy, and oh, holy crap, Billy's dead! What? My God. Wait.
Eduardo genuinely doesn't remember if Billy is dead or not because he's bad with names.
He's like Cyrus.
So it's just like, yes.
Wait, or is Billy the alien?
2 minutes.
¿Qué? Eduardo just looks absolutely dumbfounded because Eduardo's also trying to remember what the fuck happened 2 sessions ago. Do you not remember a pressure on your chest and your other ligaments?
I'm taken, boy. I'm sorry. I don't want to let you down. I appreciate you.
No. Do you not remember the
Make like curdled milk and spit it out, boy.
Do you not remember the large overweight cow that decided to sleep next to you?
She has a name.
Lance, give me some more milk. I mean, drink. I'm so confused.
There was we were sneaking in. You did not smell good. We had Bessie. Do you remember Bessie? She was there.
I do remember Bessie. She carried me all the way to the cell, I think.
She did carry you, and then she had an accident. And here we are.
Oh no, did I kill Bessie?
No. Quite the opposite,
boy,
actually.
No, boy, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it, and you've been so kind to me. Can you forgive me?
25 seconds.
Jenkins, you are completely forgiven. If anything, I beg for your forgiveness. However, there are many things happening in this town. Many things that I do not understand. Mainly because I was playing guitar the whole time and
10,
was not paying attention.
9,
But
8,
as we go
7,
through, Father Milton is the key. Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Okay, fucking hero.
Save the cheerleader.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Dude, I hadn't read that one yet.
You were so confident going in.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember shit of what happened last episode. A lot of things have happened since
I was
then.
also trying to sabotage it, so
Oh,
like,
it
this
worked.
is exactly what you're
It
doing.
worked. All right.
Yeah,
So
you
by
know
the-
shit. You didn't
So-
listen.
All you know is Father Milton is the key, and
That-
you and I are cool. That's all
Yeah.
you need to know.
Anyway, so while this has been going on, Win has had the ability to go up to Sharma, place an order, have Sharma go in the back, get it made, come back. So by the time this has wrapped up where you left off, Eduardo, when you have returned to the table with like takeout.
Save the cheerleader, save the world. World.
All right, so you update. Did you catch him up on everything that happened?
Yeah, I killed Bessie.
No, you didn't kill Bessie.
Wait,
She crushed you.
did Bessie kill me?
You're not dead.
You'd know if you were dead, son.
Eduardo's just behind Jenkins, like, no, like putting his hand over his neck. It's just like, no.
Wait, so Billy didn't die, I died.
No, Bill is definitely dead.
You didn't quite die.
So I guess we need to go to the priest, do my last rites.
If it takes you to the priest where we're all going, sure. I'm gonna bring this to the sheriff. And then she's gonna turn and walk out.
Should I drink my booze now before we get into the church, or do you think it's allowed in there?
Chug it.
I think you could bring it with. That sounds probably fine. Cyrus never walked into a church in his life.
Senor Jenkins, they have some inside. You just have to have the saltine cracker with it. It is free.
Let's go, come on. And he'll climb on Eduardo's back.
Okay.
I love that I've just become Jenkins' mount.
All right, so you're going straight there. You go into the sheriff's office.
I'm bringing breakfast to the sheriff.
Cyrus walks from the saloon to the church, but then like stops, sighs, and then like turns and waits and is like, this was so much easier when I didn't, care.
Character growth.
Can Eduardo roll to be manipulated?
Okay, who's manipulating you?
Jenkins ain't gonna fuck you.
No, hear me out. Jenkins is getting there.
Okay.
I want to see if like since Jenkins is on my back, like climbed up onto my
God, I
shoulders,
think I know
if
where this is
Eduardo
going.
has the ratatouille disease.
Jenkins
soon
climbing
as-
up on that thing.
I want to see if Jenkins can just kind of pilot Eduardo like a mech.
Jenkins giving Eddie the old hawk tua.
You know, okay, so that's gonna require Jenkins to roll manipulate.
And that's plus charm.
Yeah. This just, you can still do it, Travis. This just determines if you also get a buff from it.
French.
Ooh, that's not bad. Oh, that's not bad at all. That's a 10.
Alrighty, so anytime Jenkins, you use the move kick some ass for Eddie, you get a +1 ongoing.
I'm basically your Stan.
You're a mecha at this point. You're a mech.
Megazord Eduardo.
Oh, I got something that'll be real dirty if we get into a fight.
Is this the meat Gundam?
This is a meat Gundam.
Is this it? The meat Gundam?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You're Krang in Ninja Turtles.
Hey, Eduardo, do you have a front pocket, like a chest or a stomach pocket?
It's funny you should say that. Because if you're thinking what I'm thinking, we've been through this song and dance. In the last episode, you can sit nicely in my bandoliers.
Baby Bjorn.
Baby Bjorn.
Yeah, baby Bjorn.
Baby Bjorn.
Hey, Ghost Host, we gotta start a fight, so let's keep going. I want to get into a fight.
Alrighty.
Okay, so I am being piloted by Jenkins. Jenkins, where are we going?
Meat Gundam. By the way, Meat Gundam is like old Chaos Kingdom lore.
That's the title of the episode right now. Meat Gundam.
The Meat Gundam returns.
Jenkins Meat Gundam.
Oh god.
Alrighty, so Cyrus, you obviously went to go to the chapel, but are you gonna go back to meet them at the sheriff's office, or are you just gonna kind of wait there?
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I thought you said Wyatt. Also, I was messaging Key about the Meat Gundam. Sorry.
I'm also
Cyrus.
messaging him about the Meat Gundam.
Incredible. I waited. I started from the saloon to the church, and then I thought of Wynn's disappointed face if I went all the way to the church. Not that I give a shit about Wyatt, but I thought of Wynn's disappointed face. So I feel like he walks past the sheriff's office towards the church, and then stops kind of in front of the sheriff's office, but not quite, and glowers at passerbys.
All right. So the others, of course, Wynn, I assume as well, Eduardo and Jenkins. You start making your way to the sheriff's office, going in and seeing Cyrus. Cyrus, you can go in at any time you want.
Oh, Cyrus isn't going in the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
He's waiting outside.
Yeah, I'm just saying that you can if you want. All right. So when you enter to see Wyatt, what are you doing?
Cleaning his place.
There has been dried old food.
Everything,
for, a
all the
week.
food's cleaned. He cleaned that up. He stayed up super late cleaning because he has inconsiderate people. Bill's in the cell that's not broken.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And Wyatt's when Wooden shows up, Wyatt's fixing his door.
I hope you worked up an appetite.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. I was about to say, I was like, Cyrus didn't do anything to the sheriff's office.
He's trying to hold a hammer with 3 fingers.
You got 4 fingers.
Thumb doesn't count as a finger. Just fixing his place.
Wow, it's looking great in here.
Yep.
Just a stank face.
Well, I hope you worked up an appetite. Then she unwraps the food on his desk. He presents it all nice. Tries very hard not to spill any.
And it's a full meal. It would be also probably the same bacon and beans that are on Eduardo and Jenkins.
everything that he
And then he
cleaned
just
up
cleaned
as
off
well.
the wall.
Oh yeah, I will say, Eduardo, when you step in, just the step has made some of the bacon grease and bean juice just kind of drip in the entryway.
I just look like a wet dog outside.
Well, I mean, the bacon grease probably did moisturize your skin a little bit, so you're probably looking pretty extravagant there.
Glistening from bacon grease.
I need fan art of handsome Eduardo.
Maybe it's the early days of Maybelline. You're Eduardo Maybelline?
Maybe he's born with it.
While you are debating this, you are seeing Wyatt every clump of beans and bacon grease hitting the previously cleaned entryway.
But
Howdy there, feller!
Big guy.
With that little wave, a little bit of bacon grease that's been on his fingers does go onto a wall.
I'm just kind of like shaking it out like a wet dog, just accidentally.
I quit.
Wynn's gonna shuffle over to Wyatt and just kind of like escort him to his desk and be like, I think it's time for a break. You worked very hard, but we are planning on visiting the church like really soon, so I think you should take a break and eat your breakfast. Just kind of plops him in his chair.
I quit.
Quits. Done.
I quit.
And that's it. That's been Roll No Evil, Bittermesa, everybody. Thank you for tuning
I'm going
in.
home.
Great season.
I'm honestly surprised nobody shot Eduardo yet.
He's baby.
Hey, guy, I got... We're having a day of rejuvenation and openness. I got something that I think you want. And he'll reach into one of his pockets and pull out
More food.
the photo from episode 1 that he stole off your wall.
Eduardo just kind of like lifts him up very McCain, like and places him down on the ground so he can bring it to him.
The photo that's also covered in food.
Yes.
It is, so it's covered in dry food, like egg yolk and like mashed. Yeah, like as a stench.
It's dried days over.
Yeah, but it is a photo of Butch that you made very nicely with camera of the photo that you have of him. Now just like it's permanently folded and just covered in egg yolk.
Wyatt's gonna grab his trash bin, which is full of food that he cleaned up all night, and he'll just hold it out for Jenkins to put the picture in, and he'll like be like,
You're just gonna... If you're gonna throw it out, I'll just keep it. And he'll stick it back in his pocket.
I think at this point, Cyrus's patience is worn up because I did totally forget that he has literally negative patience. That's like a literal, actual, like a playbook thing, you know? Yeah. So I think at this point, Cyrus comes in and he opens the door really quickly because his patience is gone. And if you want me to roll to see if he breaks the door again accidentally with his with the strength he doesn't know that he had, his unholy strength.
Are Eduardo and Jenkins in the doorway, or did they
They're in the doorway, so you have to kick them.
yeah, so the door would be opened.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still roll to see if I push past them.
The door's open. You just see a wall of leather and fringe.
Someone is getting shot if it breaks again.
Well, or is it act under pressure to resist indulging in the emotion?
That's if you want to resist. If you're just going with it, then you're gonna kick some ass.
No, he's trying. All right. He's trying.
Roll act under pressure.
I have no harm. Do it.
Someone will get shot if the door.
The door's not gonna be hit.
I have no harm. If you're going to harm Eduardo, this is the episode to do it.
No, I did good. I rolled a 9. I did it. I did good.
Good job.
Be proud of me.
So you've resisted, but you feel the temptations.
Yeah, and so I think he has one hand on the open door and just leans in and is like, "I will leave without you, all of you. Don't look at me with that face, Win. I know what that face is gonna. No, I will leave."
I like that Wynn's puppy dog look is effective.
On the undead monster. Yeah.
But Eduardo also turns around and starts giving even bigger puppy dog eyes.
What about Eduardo's puppy dog eyes?
Wyatt will take the food and slide it to Bill. He has no appetite after cleaning rotting food.
Bill is still just as he was all the other times. He is still hunched up in the corner. He's not eating, but he's all hunched and he has like a blanket on.
We're dead. We don't eat. You know that, right?
Well, the food can rot with them.
We don't rot. I've been dead. We don't rot. I'm not
Do you smell
rotting
this
out
place?
there.
It smells like rot.
That's you.
Do we dead people drink?
You're not dead.
But Bessie fell on me.
And you slept for a long time.
Oh.
Ghost host, because we never really established rules for Bessie. Did Bessie despawn, or is she just still chilling in the jail?
She would have despawned because it's been a day.
You right.
So Bessie has despawned.
I spawn Bessie again.
Swear to God. I will shoot Bessie.
I want to do like the fucking Full House intro, but it's all of the characters and Bessie inside Wyatt's office.
Oh god.
Okay, that is... I don't know what happens when I roll a 6. And rotes have like no modifiers, right?
You're weird.
Okay, it's an 8.
Hey Jen, do you still have hope that this is going to be our penultimate episode?
The countdown's still a ticking.
Oh, you're right. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, the countdown's still a ticking. Whether or not you make it, you said 8, right?
Yes, which in my playbook, 7 to a 9, I fail to summon Bessie, but I do summon just a bucket of milk with an unknown status effect. I don't know what it is.
So, right now in your newly cleaned office, Wyatt, embers just erupt on the floor, sent into the wood, and from the center are these like white flames, and just like descending upwards slowly is a bucket of milk that does teeter for quite a bit. It teeters, but it does not spill.
I wish I set up my camera.
What were those called? It teeters and it totters and it just won't fall. What are they? The
Weevils.
Wobbles.
Thank you, Weevils. They teeter, they totter, they just won't fall.
Wyatt will not camera.
He wants to forget.
He wants to forget this.
And here's the thing, I did this for a bit, but I like to think that like canonically Eduardo is just kind of like bored and it was just doing his own thing and accidentally summoned milk.
Yeah.
Love it.
Regardless of how it is, you do just have a bucket of milk. I have the status effect of what happens.
Where just looks around, he's just like,
I'm gonna move it outside.
No, you can't lift it. Only Eduardo can lift it.
It's fucking Thor's bucket of milk.
Yep.
Come on.
I will help you. I will help you, senor. For I am El Lechero. I love that we've never put an actual one. It's just all of us.
Yeah. We are Eagle.
Eduardo just kind of lifts the bucket of milk and then like looks at Wyatt. It's just like, given the look of like, what do you want me to do with this? Because even Eduardo doesn't know exactly how this got here.
Also, I will say, in the bucket, it's probably a bottle's worth. It isn't a big bucket, so you're just getting a one-time usage.
Outside.
And Eduardo just kind of like shuffles around and like tries his best to like sidestep around, which only gets beans on the walls.
Yeah. There's beans on the walls. The floors are covered in soot from burned wood.
Eduardo just stands outside. He's like very unsure as what the instructions were.
Wyatt, he's grabbing his jacket and hat.
Yeah, let's go to the church. Let's get out of here before you shoot someone.
We're gonna take the milk down to the preacher.
Sure.
Wyatt, is that what you're doing? You heading over?
Yeah, before his place gets any more destroyed.
Just to reiterate, mostly to just hammer this in. You said entered a brand new, clean, like, picking like all the food off the wood and stuff like that. And now the floor is permanently burned. There's soot and there's bean and bacon juice in the entryway and the wall. And there's just a bucket of milk.
No, he took it out the bucket.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you took the bucket of milk.
There may be a dent where the heavy ass bucket was, but
Yeah.
it's a cow print. It's burnt in, but it's a cow print.
There's condensation on the floor because it was a chilled bucket of milk.
So do you have like Jenkins on like controlling you like a meat Gundam, and then you have a bucket of milk in your hand, and then oh no, Bessie's gone. All right, good. I just want to like see this visual in my head. I think that Cyrus, in the complete opposite, as like everybody walks out, in the complete opposite of the like gentle, like put a hand on Jenkins earlier, like Cyrus does like one of those like doesn't realize how strong kind of like, like back pats, like smacks Wyatt's back, is like, and this is why I work alone. and just walks towards the church.
As we're walking out of the office, is there a step to the road?
Yes. A little step.
Can I trip Cyrus as he's going down the step?
Do you want to fucking go?
Roll, it would probably be kick some ass.
Fucking PvP enabled for this episode.
Like, you know, like in middle school, if someone's like taking a step, you just swing their leg behind their other foot.
I'm already preparing my act under pressure roll.
You know what? For that, I rolled double ones. I'm using luck.
Mark
Okay.
experience.
Mark experience, Cyrus.
Okay.
You can't act under pressure and catch yourself. You're gonna fall.
As Cyrus is falling, Wyatt's gonna go, and that's for my doors.
The act under pressure is the whenever you have a chance to indulge that emotion, the emotion being anger, you must do so immediately or act under pressure to resist.
All right, yeah, you can roll. You can roll.
Yeah,
with that.
oh yeah, that was an 8.
I get that work. So yeah, why you fully tripped Cyrus? Cyrus, you're gonna fall like right on your goddamn face, but you're fucking pissed. But you know what? You did knock down the door. Logically, you're there, but emotionally, you're just like fuck.
I'd watch your back if I were you, Sheriff.
I'd say we're even now.
The dead don't settle scores. What did that mean? I don't know what that meant. I don't think Cyrus knew what that meant.
I think everyone's gonna look confused.
I don't think anyone knew that. I don't think Cyrus knew what it meant, but it sounded really cool in his head.
As they're walking, Wyatt's gonna go to Win and be like, "Fuck does that mean?"
I don't know what that meant.
And I think if Cyrus, like, as Cyrus walks towards the church, like, if the camera panned to his face, like, no one else can see it, he's just, like, looks like shaking his head, like, fuck was that? Like, I don't...
I like that as we know Cyrus more, the illusion of being, like, mysterious, like, Westergaard has fallen, you're just like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know how. This is the side thing in my brain, right? Is that my idea is that it's like he's barely ever like interacted with people other than in like very small, like pretty contentious circumstances, other than progress, which he doesn't really remember a whole lot of. So he has no idea how to like interact with people ever.
I love that.
All right, church. We're going to the chapel because we're gonna get answers.
We're gonna solve this mystery.
So you just go over to the chapel. The chapel is not an impressive build. It's impressive, but it's not. It is a single story. It is just a rectangle. You could see the tall pillar at the top, a large door that's there that is shut. The wood is painted white, which is a bit of an oddity, but it's nothing crazy. It has some gates around it, but it is pretty secluded from everything else. You could see that the road is worn from people going and leaving. You don't really see a light on or anything in terms of the grounds. It is just kind of this one building where it's like pretty tall, high ceilings. There's a little cubby in the back, probably a living quarters.
Or some sort of crazy demon altar, I guess. My current
I don't know.
guess.
You gotta go check it out. You don't see anybody like out front or anything.
Is it a Sunday? No, we're super farther into the week now.
Yous are probably day wise. Like you're like it's like a Thursday.
Ah, fuck. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Milk Boy, what are you doing here? I remember we were supposed to come here, but I forget why.
Eduardo just kind of like does like this side glance over to Jenkins, who's still on his shoulders. He's just like, admittedly, I do not know myself, and I was playing guitar the whole time, so you and I are about to find the fuck out, my friend.
So in that case, I think we're just here for the... You said something about booze in there?
There is.
Okay, let's go in.
Small shot glasses, saltine crackers, lots of weird papers. Very non-denominational.
I'm cool with that. Let's go.
Did Bill say something about Father Milton? No, I know Abernathy did.
The brothel owner also said something.
Few people have mentioned. Bill, I don't believe did.
From what I remember, like, our only lead there was specifically that he does all the rites.
Well, no, I think it was also that it was like, well, there was some stuff with like Eduardo's parents. I know that was part what the brothel owner was saying.
Yeah, Father Milton knew my parents.
But then also there was something about like, you know, when Abernancy, it was talking about like, oh, those who are dead and whatnot. It was like, we should talk to Father Milton about that. And about those like people who are dead in this town or something
My
like that.
natural 12 said go talk to Father Milton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. So we have so there's just some fuck shit going around. Okay, cool. I just wanted to say that out loud because it's been a while.
Yeah, so we're going to lead with you why leading up to the chapel. Like I said, the doors are closed, but they are not locked.
He will knock as he opens it.
All right. Inside, you don't really see anything. It is, again, it's a pretty plain looking room. You could see like a few pews, nothing fancy. Just literally, it looks like probably benches that they just pushed up against one another in a few rows. Not even on an elevation. There's just like a little stand for the father to speak at. There is a little table of candles, as well as the back wall where the stand is and like the wall of candles are, and like it probably looks like almost like a dresser just filled with a few items. There is a door leading into a back area, but for the most part the main room, like the chapel, you can see everything. There are windows on either side. They're not stained or anything. It is just regular glass and some curtains, a few crosses there, but there's that back door.
Is there holy water next to the door too?
There is holy water, and Cyrus, you're not burning up or anything. You're fine.
I just I realized like he's undead and this is kind of consecrated ground, and I wasn't sure if that was something I
you're
should worry
fine.
about.
Why the hell are my feet hot?
I'm gonna make Cyrus more mad.
Oh God.
You're gonna splash him, aren't you?
Yeah, can I like dip my fingers
Fucking
in the
do
holy
it.
water and then just kind of flick it at Cyrus and be like, just testing.
Yeah. Cyrus, you're gonna have to roll.
Does he sizzle?
I'm rolling. Do I sizzle?
No, you're fine.
I'm rolling act under pressure.
Yep.
I rolled a 7. I think Cyrus just was like, you're on thin ice, boy.
You're the same thing as the Spectre. Have to check. Might help.
My favorite part about this is that Wyatt is making genuine comments about like why he's doing these things, and I feel like Cyrus is just like, he's got a fucking point.
Just like I said, thin goddamn ice.
We know if holy water's there, you're fine.
Eduardo, being the only one who knows like refrigeration magic, was just gonna be like, the fuck is ice?
First of all, I think Cyrus, like when he walks into the church, is because I did say that like Cyrus has never been into a church before, so I think that there's a moment when he's a little taken aback by like that it like with all the stained glass and anything, that it is like kind of beautiful, but then he gets the flickers of water on his face and is immediately broken out of that. And I think can he scoop some of the water and throw it back at the sheriff like the petty ass bitch he is?
Sure.
He does that, and it's a bigger handful of water than you flicked at me.
He'll like flinch and be like, pfft.
Just checking.
Well, I'm not dead.
Can we focus?
Eduardo just takes the paddle from the back and kind of like reaches around Jenkins to get it and just smacks it right in between Wyatt and Cyrus and says, "Gentlemen, we are in the house of God. Be respectful," says the atheist in the group.
Milk boy, are you religious?
I am a man of the cloth, no?
Are you?
Pretty sure I said that in episode
Yeah.
1.
He has said it many
What?
times.
But has he said it to us?
Yeah. Yeah, he said it to you.
I wasn't.
Jenkins is also extremely drunk in episode 1.
Jenkins has
very
been
canonical.
drunk in every goddamn episode.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
also true.
It was also 5 calendar months ago.
Yes. My parents were missionaries,
Oh, wait,
so
did
I
know
have
that.
respect for this
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, Stick knew that. I just
All right. So, like I said, you're not seeing anybody there.
Nobody comes out with our commotion?
Nope.
At the smack of the wood on the floor.
With a call, the smack of the wood and everything. Maybe you hear like a minor shuffle in like the back room. But like with the call out, you can hear like some minor shuffling, and stumbling out comes obviously. It's the man that you've been wanting to see, Father Milton. He's dressed in, the black suit with the collar. He is a middle-aged man, like some thinning black hair, gray on the sides. He has little spectacles, like on the bridge of his nose. He looks, kind of shocked, a little pale, but comes out like holding like a handkerchief that is like covering his hands, and he just goes, I'm sorry, folks. Service is not until 2 days from now.
That's okay. We're just here to partake in your alcohol.
We're not.
Father Milton just kind of looks over to Jenkins and goes, "It's nice to see you again, Uriah."
He quick dips his hand in the holy water and shapes up his hair and tries to look presentable. Oh, sorry. I forgot where I am. Yep. Thank you very much. It's nice to see you again.
What the I think Cyrus is like, he leans over to Wyatt and is like, what the fuck just happened?
Uriah?
I don't know who that man is, but he knows my name.
Eduardo just places a hand on Cyrus's shoulder. It's just like, what did I just say about being respectful in this house?
I've never been in it.
Watch your fucking language.
I was waiting for that.
Your Honor, I don't know how you know my name, but we're here to conduct business. It'd be great if you could be helpful.
How do you know this man's name?
Father Milton, he's wiping his hands with the cloth still and just goes, I have met Uriah quite a few times. I actually performed an honorary service for his wife and daughter at his abode quite long ago, right after I came to town to head the parishioner here.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't remember anything from that time. It's all just a black.
Shout out Stick for saying that he had a memorial for them, because I didn't fucking know how I was gonna show.
That's also the first time Wyatt has heard that.
All
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, why doesn't know yet?
And Winifred.
Yeah.
Can Cyrus maybe I want to see if Cyrus can tell what he's wiping on his hands.
It's gonna be covered too much at the moment.
Okay.
He's at the opposite end of the church, so he's still too far to even so.
I got you, Cyrus. Wyatt's gonna walk up and hold his hand out and say, "Hey, Sheriff Holmes."
There you go.
All right, so he's going to quickly rub his hand, but then reach out to shake it.
What do I see on his hands?
Investigate a mystery.
8.
You can't really tell off the bat. He did wipe most of it off, but you do see like almost trace amounts of it almost looks like soot, like something black powder that is on the tips of his fingers. Can't see it. Can't
Creepy
smell it.
altar in the back. I'm so calling it.
I'm just gonna bring note to that song again, dude.
I don't remember the song anymore. I know what you mean, but I don't remember.
Jen knows.
Somebody paid attention to the playlist.
Motherfucker.
It's on my playlist too.
God, let me pull up the playlist that you sent us almost a calendar year ago.
Yeah, Wyatt. Well, I mean, he'll shake his hand and be like, "Yeah, Wyatt Holmes."
Father Milton's eyebrows raise quite a bit. And he goes, "You didn't even have to introduce yourself. You look very much like your father."
Well, I do, because we have different names.
What the fuck does that mean?
Because you said you don't have to introduce yourself.
Yeah, you look quite a bit like your father.
Yeah, but I have a different name, so I've never met.
Yeah, true.
Jenkins doesn't want to interrupt the conversation. He's going to whisper in Eduardo's ear. All right, Milk Boy, this is my chance. While they're talking, I'm going to go look for the alcohol. Cover for me. And he's going to try and sneak to try to find alcohol further into the parish?
In the
Chapel?
1-room building.
Well, no, he came from somewhere.
The back room. So you're gonna try to go to the back room?
Yeah.
All right. I need you to roll. Probably act under pressure. While this goes on, roll, but don't say it quite yet. We're just gonna put a pin in this. So Wyatt, you're talking to Father Milton. Father Milton just looks at you, and he looks a little he's already frazzled. So he's just a little oh, I'm of course. What can I do to you, Sheriff? I've been expecting a visit from you since I heard that you wandered into town.
Well, it's less what you could do to me and more what you could do for me.
And what would that be, son?
Answer some questions.
Best of my abilities. And he gestures for you to sit at one of the pews.
Is he sitting
Yeah, he's gonna sit.
in the same pew?
Side by side.
Not doing that.
Okay. I'm just gonna stand there.
He'll go over, but he won't sit because fucking that's weird.
Father Milton looks a little I don't want to say shocked or anything, but a little oh, okay, that you don't sit. But he does follow you over to the pews just out of respect. Just follow you there.
Winifred will sit.
Cyrus does not move and just kind of like looks menacing.
She'll sit and put her camera on the pew next to her.
Father Milton, you know, a gentleman, he like offers his hand to help you, like, you know, as you go to sit, he sees that you're carrying something.
Thank you.
Well, what can I do for you this fine day?
Taking out her notebook while Wyatt talks.
Right, Wyatt will reach into his pocket. He will pull out one of the 2 bullets. He will like hold it out. Yeah, he's gonna pull out his gun. Bless this.
Campaign done.
So he'll have the bullet. He'll like hold his hand out to like give it to the Father Milton. And as he gives it to him, I'm just gonna get right into it. What do you know of the Liber Incantonium?
You see Father Milton's like back straight. Eduardo, you also feel a chill as the name is said.
Eduardo just like behind everything is just kind of doing a little cross thing on himself.
Father Milton does the same thing as he hears the name. He goes, it's not a book in which I wish to ever have in my personal library.
Well, it was in my library. Read it quite a lot.
Just looks at you and goes, poor girl.
Actually, it was a very interesting and fun read. I learned a lot about different monsters.
The beasts that come from there, that book is an invitation. You had no business reading it. It should never have left the monastery in Germany. And he looks back to you, Wyatt, and just goes, I believe that the Europeans call it a grimoire. It is ancient, far beyond our settlements and as far back as any of the men that I ever know and the men that they had known. It was written, I believe, I don't truly even know in all my years of serving, that it was made by evil men wishing to conjure spirits from beyond the grave.
Cyrus snorts at that.
He looks over to you and he goes, well, you are upright, are you not? Father Milton says it very plainly, not rudely, not anything, just very plainly.
And what do you know about that, Father?
Warnings in my teachings. We have all heard of things that could arrive from the book.
That's not what I was asking.
Eduardo tries to find a little spot next to where everybody's sitting in these pews and just tries to be as inconspicuous as possible, but you just hear kind of this like thud and creaking of wood as I like plop my fat ass down into the pew. It just nods. Father.
He nods back to you and he just goes, the young man here would have some recognition. And he looks back to you, Eduardo, and goes, your mother and father, they were from Germany, were they not?
They were. Yes.
What would bring 2 German missionaries over to this valley?
Eduardo just kind of puts his hands up, looking at the building around him. He's just like, I imagine the same thing that brought you here, Father.
And he looks back to Wynn and he goes, that book was not meant to leave the monastery there. Many people, especially the most skilled of us, tried to bring it back. Some died. Some were possessed themselves. And he looks over at Eduardo and he just goes, some went deaf from the screams of anguish that came from that book.
The book didn't hurt me. Well, I guess it brought a vampire to me. They heard that I was talking about vampires, so then they kind of attacked me. But like that was the only thing. Like nothing else really happened.
Father Milton like kind of clutches his thing and goes, don't even speak the names of those creatures, those beasts.
What, vampires, werewolves?
And what brought you here, Father?
Stick, what did you roll before?
6 plus 3 plus 2 charm. So that's 11.
11. All right.
Oh,
so
shit.
while you were talking, obviously, you know, you're hunting for alcohol. You don't see any as you get closer. Like I said, even that little cabinet, impressively stealthily, you search the cabinet to find nothing there, which only leaves one area unseen, the back area. And it is unlocked. And you open the door. What you see in there, it is a small, dark room. It is a mess of papers and books. images hung up that have been copied from the book. Incantation, spells, research, crosses hung up all around the correct position, not upside down, but the correct position. Candles and whatnot. And Jenkins, what do you say?
Oh no, it's a real toad strangler out here, boys. He's gonna creep in, and he's gonna step inside the room. He has two objectives here. A, he's gonna try and grab every piece of paper that he can and stick it into his pocket.
You can just alert them. I'm just gonna be meta. You could just say, come in here. It's just one guy.
Yeah, it's like, what, a 7v1 now?
Yeah, he's a priest. Oh, he's tough.
Get the papers if you want. You get the papers if you
Yeah,
want.
stick the papers in your
Yeah,
food
he's
pocket.
gonna stick the papers in his food pocket.
Then we can't read them.
Yeah, stick the vital evidence inside your filthy ass pockets.
Okay, no. So what he actually does, he'll go and he'll lick his fingers, and then he'll put the candles out because that's a fire hazard.
He's not
Obsessed
wrong.
with you.
He's a man of principle.
Jenkins invents OSHA.
And he'll go, "Hey, milk boy, get over here! Get over here, milk boy!"
So you all hear Jenkins alert. We're gonna leave with Wyatt. Wyatt, you hear Jenkins?
Yeah, you hear Jenkins in the back room. Like you don't know where. You didn't remember him leaving. You're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's
he
just
left.
there.
Yeah, he'll go.
And it's always suspicious when Jenkins goes missing.
True,
It is.
yeah.
And he'll look in.
So you see Father Milton, like his eyes widen as he realizes that Jenkins is in the back room. He's like, wait, no. And Wyatt, you go over.
And I see it all.
You have to race over and you see it. You see everything.
If Father Milton tries to get up, I want to like put a hand on his shoulder. If he tries to stand up, like put a hand on his shoulder to like sit him back down and be like, yeah,
Ooh.
I think it's best you stay here.
Yeah, Cyrus has him contained. You don't have to roll anything. Wyatt, as you race up, you can see everything that's in there. You see all of these things, all these papers and everything. You would have to investigate to get a better idea, but you can see everything.
How much can he see when the candles are out?
It's dark, but like, yeah, you can still see from...
There's not
from-
electricity.
I was gonna say light coming in from the door.
The bucket of milk just starts glowing. It's a light source now.
Listen, I'm just saying, drink that milk at any point. I know what it's gonna do.
Yeah, so Wyatt he'll call Win over.
What is it? And then she'll look and she'll go, oh,
Yeah.
that's my book.
It looks like copies. Let's see if anything sticks out and investigate a mystery.
All right, roll.
What, like, if Win helps, what does that do?
Well, she's got to roll help out, and then she'll help you investigate something. Her roll will just bump up yours.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled an 8. Help out.
So it's just a base +1. You don't get anything extra, but you do get a +1.
Alright, so that's a 10.
Yay.
You two plus Jenkins in there. You can see the mass of papers. They're definitely copies of the book. They are definitely not original when you recognize. They look very, very old, like these copies, like predating Milton. Some of which are actually look as though recreated. Like he probably did make them, but you can also see telegrams breaking down pages, like stacks of telegrams that were come in. Those have the names of a few churches back in the east, on the west. So coming in from churches all over. Different pages and everything. From there, you can see more telegrams, correspondence, asking for advice. You also see books and documents from different sources. Some look older, some look newer. And you see a little book, a little notepad that looks similar to yours, Wyatt, but older. Embossed in the front and it's leather. Just B tomes.
Immediately opening it and reading.
In the book is written down little scraggles of notes. Just different names of outlaws that you remember. And dates of them coming in. So it goes the names, dates, and then what other sorts of names. At first it doesn't really make sense. And then you see the same names duplicated on the left-hand side, different dates, and the name of one person, but then you see Moorhill on the second version of the names. This keeps going on. You can the one that you recognize the most recent was Bill Gibson, and it looks as though it would probably be a month to the other date. Tablet Stone Sheriff, then Bill Gibson. And then it was dated to a few days before the sheriff's death date, Murhill.
Okay, so there's 2 separate entries.
Yep, they're back to back.
Okay, great.
But just to reiterate, in the book, there are 2 lines that are kind of just back to back, and then there's a space back to back, and it always begins with a name, a date, and then there's another name. And this keeps going on. The ones that is the best example, the ones that you recognize, there's Bill Gibson, and the date is set to a month prior to the following date. And then the name right after is Tablet Stone Sheriff. Right underneath that is Bill Gibson, and that date is only days before when the sheriff died.
And that's Butch, not
Butch.
Tablet Stone Sheriff, right? Great. Okay.
Butch. And then the name Murhill. And in that book, as you lift it up, you can hear something fall and clang to the floor. And looking at it, it is a bullet shell.
He'll pick it up and look at it. The same.
It is the same. And you can even see that almost dirt was rubbed into the etchings to make them pop out more.
It's like I'm his kid or something. Wyatt will hand the bullet to Win.
Like it. Try not to relive when she took the bullet out of Cyrus's chest.
Smell it! What is it? Does it got
Smell
the
the
same
damn
smell?
bullet.
What's the point of smell it? We know it's the same bullet.
But, yeah, but I just want to know if it...
Can't know for
It
sure.
had the etchings in it.
Yeah, but what if the etchings don't smell right?
It smells of like holy oil. Like it was definitely dipped in something after the fact.
See? It smells different. Y'all were, you know?
Cyrus be sleuthin'.
My Win smells it and notices that.
The date that do the dates like stand out as like is the date that days before the sheriff died? Is that the date that Bill was killed?
Bill's not gonna know. He never said. He just
Can I
remembers.
roll for a hunch?
Yes, you can roll for a hunch.
And that's my hunch.
Mm-hmm. I love the gumshoe playbook.
That's an 8.
So you don't know definitive, but you do get a feeling that it was close-ish. But you don't have any proof.
I'll dog ear that page
Mm-hmm.
and flip through. Is there anything else?
A lot is pretty blank. Like there's some minor scribblings. It doesn't look like anything crazy. Like maybe one page is just like poker scores, stuff like that. Like it looked like he used it for quite a bit of things. You can see some times on there, you know, like 10 o'clock Tuesday, 5 o'clock Wednesday, like just random times with a little cross next to them. And in the very back of the book, you can find what looks to be a pretty old, faded photograph. It looks to be of an infant. Of you.
Baby Wyatt.
Fuck is this?
Who's this baby?
You had another kid?
It's your brother Sammy. It's the family business.
God damn it. And we've come full circle. Thank you, everybody. That's it for Roll No Evil.
He went off to college in the West.
Carry on.
That's as much as we can say.
Gary.
Is the photo like secured or is it loose?
It's loose, but he had stuck it like far in the back. Like
Okay.
it's if you stick it back there, like it'll stay, but it isn't attached to anything.
All right, he'll leave it there. He'll close it, and he'll walk out and just hold it up, and just stare at Father Milton.
Like I said, Father, what brought you to these parts?
Father Milton just like just bring the good word. He looks scared and nervous. The rag that he has, he's twisting it in his fingers.
Can I pull the rag out of his fingers and investigate the rag / his fingers?
Can?
I fucking will.
Alright.
Cyrus is an asshole. I want to do that. So that then we can give Wyatt the whole attention. Investigate mystery. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 10.
Nice. All right. So
Ooh.
you rip it from his fingers. On there, it looks like either like charcoal or like dirt, maybe. Like it's not if you smell it, it smells like incense and ash rather than like sulfur or anything.
I'll just put a pin in that. Just think about that for later.
Mhm. Wyatt?
He'll slowly start walking. Here to spread the good word. How about you start spreading the truth and tell us everything, and I'll manipulate him.
Hell yeah.
All right, roll.
This I get my +1.
Mm-hmm.
How about instead of spreading the truth, you spread them cheeks, boy?
Don't need it, cause natural 12.
Oh!
Hell yeah! Cheeks agape.
Cheeks are spread.
So just for total roll, that'd be a 14.
Doesn't matter. It's a natural 12, which oversees everything. You see Father Milton, like, he's opening his mouth as if to, like, argue back, but he sees the book in your hand, and, like, you can visibly see, like, just, like, him sigh, not relax, but just slump a little bit in the shoulders and lean back against the pew, and just goes, he didn't want anybody else involved in this. And he just looks over to you, Wyatt, and just goes, I truly am sorry. I wish I knew more. I could have, I don't know, he could have just still been here. And he just kind of, like, stops and he sighs and he goes, alright, some has been happening in the valley for quite a long time. You've seen it? And he gestures to you, Cyrus.
Cyrus's hand like grips his shoulder a little tighter.
He like flinches a little bit, but like exhaustion has like waved over him. He almost looks like 10 years older as he speaks, almost aging in front of you. And he just goes, your father was the first to notice it. He was good at his job. By God, he was good. Didn't just protect the town. He had plans. He wanted to make the valley back to how he remembered it when he was young. He just kind of like looks down at his hands, he wrings them, and goes, he came to me about 2-3 months before he passed. Stayed behind after a service. Said something about bounties coming in that don't make sense. He was real close to the telegram officer. Sent quite a few out, got a good deal. Sent quite a few out about asking about the other towns.
Dusty fuck my dad.
Dusty fucking.
First my wife, now my dad?
Dusty gets around.
Now you gotta fuck Dusty and the circle will be complete.
Forgive me, wife.
Goes, yeah, he got good deals sending out telegrams. He wanted to find out about how the other territories, how they were faring out. Try to keep track of the bounties coming in and out. He wanted to make the valley safe again. But there was some discrepancies that he just came to me about. He gestures to the book in your hand, Wyatt. He noticed that first name in the book. Bounty came in to another town, but he heard from another sheriff they had hung the man a week prior. But then another town claimed that they had that same man in their cell. He approached me with those list of names, said, how could this happen, Father? To which I said, well, it simply couldn't be. It had been a mistake. But I went to those towns to see, and by God, those men were in the cells. They were screaming and hollering, claiming they shouldn't be here, that something happened, that the Reaper won't let them go. He looks over to you, Cyrus. Said that they ended up in a town, and then when they woke up, they were in cells. They were never put to rest. He's staring you dead in the eye, Cyrus, as he says before he looks over back at Wyatt. We worked together quite a bit, and he gestures to the back room. He goes, you can look in that room. I got nothing there that is mystic or whatnot. I contacted everybody I goddamn knew. Every parish, every person. And he looks over to you, Eduardo. I even called upon the monastery that housed the book, to which they said that they had sent a young man, a pregnant wife, from Germany over to hunt it many years prior. They said they found it, but when they opened it, just the screams of the damned drove them wild, drove them deaf. And he looks back at Wyatt, just goes, I didn't believe this for so long, but your daddy did. your daddy, he said that he was gonna find whatever the hell was raising this, that ain't nothing was gonna be safe in this valley until he got them. And then he just kind of sighs. I didn't receive word until the following morning when the town folk found him in the street. I put him to rest myself, laid his body down, and I fetched that bullet in his chest, much like the others. I don't know what he found, but I just know that the work ain't done, and I'm trying. I swear to you, you could see like tears forming in his eyes, sweat dripping down his brow. I swear to you, before I draw my last breath, before I meet my lord, I will figure out what the hell is going on.
I think Cyrus does sort of a more gentle squeeze on his shoulder, lets it go, and puts the handkerchief back in his lap.
I will walk closer, like squat down in front of Father Millet. He'll say, "That's why I'm here. Tell me about Murhill."
You see Father Milton's brows draw, and he just goes, Murhill, Murhill. And he gestures if he could see the book. Non-verbally, he's asking for permission to see it.
He'll hand it over.
Father Milton adjusts his glasses real quick and just like flips through the book. He goes to the list of names that you saw previously, and he just goes, he's bounty hunter. I'm sure you heard of him.
I have.
Says to be the best in the valley. I know your daddy had worked with him previously. He brought him bounties. Stoic fella. Don't talk much. Comes to town. Big bounties. Just a one-man show. Bring an entire gang in. Your daddy, before he died, he had put out a notice for big bounties if they came in. He upped the prices for them. And he points there, he goes, Murhill, he was there the last few that came in. He brought Bill in. I was supposed to go that morning to quote-unquote do last rites. But your daddy died the next morning. I never saw them again.
Does every name that Murhill's next to, they're all like double names. Like everyone he brought in died twice.
Yeah. There's the double names. And there's still, you can still flip through and everything, so he just, goes down them. One of the names also, Cyrus, did you look at the book over his shoulder?
I was about to ask, that was the next moment to be like, is there anything in that book from 5 years ago?
Father Milton flips through and he just goes, yes, Renman Gang. Tablet stone. And it just says, sent bounty hunter in. And then after, much like the others, it has Renman Gang as a date, probably postmarked a week or so after. And it just says Murhill. And the name pangs deep in you, Cyrus. You remember hearing the name. Remember feeling the weight of a wanted poster in your hand. And you feel the heat of the sun. The sound of horses, the sound of a campfire, and then nothing. You feel the ache of a pain in your chest, and the blistering heat of the sun as you wake.
Father, how did you know that I was risen?
Father Milton looks up at you, and I don't want to say pity comes on his face, more so just sadness of anguish, and just looks and goes, I've seen the look that comes upon your face. They do say in that damn book that when you rise, you are not rested, that you will walk weary.
Oh, I don't know if weary's the right word.
I believe there will be peace.
For someone. Have you seen the specter? Do you know which name it is in this book?
He looks a bit saddened, and you see his face draw down, and he looks back at you, Wyatt. I don't believe I'm the only one that recognized him. And he looks to you, Wyatt.
What I fucking said it was 5 fucking months ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Vindication because I fucking called it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna tell you if you were right or not. I told you that.
I know, but I just feel good knowing that I figured it out all those times ago.
just goes, I don't know who he's trying to find. Why he's here. What happened. He ain't like the rest of you. He gestures to you, Cyrus. And just goes, He's angry. He ain't got his wits. He appeared that following week, just eyes blazing, skin peeling. Just a bringer of death.
Wyatt's gonna stand up, taking back the book, and he's gonna start pacing. And you know, like Final Destination, when Devon Sawa is like figuring it out.
Yeah.
He's like figuring that out.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be like saying to himself, like, the Reaper won't let them rest. Her hill won't let them rest. Killed Butch for figuring it out. And I fucking invited him here.
You see Father Milton's eye and he goes, that bullet in there, and he like gestures to his office. We pulled out a bill. I found the same one on you, Daddy. They get up quick after. It took him quite a bit. I got Nancy take his body. We put sand in the coffin. While I looked, his chest was glowing like embers. It's like it couldn't get put out. I told Abernathy to keep him in the mortuary. I wanted to see if I can find anything on him. I turned around. He was gone off the table. Town folk were all scared. Sheriff was gone. Put sand in the coffin, buried that, but he's still walking around.
Is he one of them? And he'll like nod towards Cyrus.
Cyrus is just a visual aid at the moment.
Cyrus just scowls in general.
Him being Murhill.
Yeah. He goes, I don't think so. He like gets up and like leads you to the office, the other room.
I'll follow.
He's going through the papers, like they're hazardous, like they're all over, and he just like picks up a few, looking at it real quick, and he goes, no, all right. And he shows a telegram and he goes, he's eating and he's sleeping. And he looks to you, Cyrus. He goes, you all don't eat or sleep. We got records of him going to infirmaries. He bleeds. They don't bleed.
If he bleeds, that means he can be killed.
Yeah, that's I think it's like Predator.
Wynn says as she's jotting down notes of stuff on the wall.
Yes, it is Predator.
He bleeds, we can kill it, yeah.
That bitch stole my bounty. Like, I think Cyrus just says that. He just realizes where he's like, in that book, right? Like, I think he just put this together. He's like, did he kill me just to take my... Did he use me to get this gang and then take them on in and steal my bounty, my money? That's pretty cowardly.
Father Milton kind of like, he almost looks a little exasperated. He goes, I just know he got a reputation for bringing in bounties, and none of them came in quite alive.
Which is not proof that he's any good at, fighting. Is he... Wait a second, is he fucking Gildery Lockhart? The bounty hunter? Wait, is he Gildery? Wait. Okay, no, hear me out, right? Gildery Lockhart from the series that, would steal, he would, like, take all the credit for everybody's amazing achievements and then obliviate them so that they wouldn't know? And then he was actually shit at magic. Okay, this is great, guys. We got this in the bag.
So my parents are the villains.
Father Milton looks over and he goes, no, they were quite nice. At least I'm told that the Father Superior in my old parishioner knew him quite well.
So the Father Superior is the villain. Eduardo just vastly does not understand what's going on, and neither does Travi.
Look, boy, I think the real secret is that we were all dead all along.
We're not dead, Jenkins.
Perhaps the real secret were the friends we made along the way.
You're my only friend, buddy.
Aw.
Just kiss already.
This is happening in the background while like Cyrus and Wyatt's like brains are exploding.
And Winifred is copying down everything on the walls the best she can in her little notebook.
You have a camera.
Yeah, but it was in the other room.
And a human camera.
Have you ever actually used your camera?
Technically in the
But
past.
did you take a photo of Bessie?
Oh, I also took a photo of Bessie, yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
true.
I got that perfect Nat 12 photo of Bessie coming out of the ground.
It's the only Nat
Fucking
12 you
4K
rolled
Bessie
all
reveal.
season was that photo.
What is the date of the first name written in the book? Like the farthest back.
Probably would have been 5 years. So before Cyrus's, by probably a few months.
Probably a way out there question. I'll ask Father Milton because I have never asked the question before. When did fucking what's his nuts? Mr. Tice, he was sick before, right?
He was sick, yeah.
When did he get sick?
Tass, when he gets sick, I believe it was, and he looks at the book, and he just goes, probably around the time, a few weeks prior to, when Bill came in. We had another bounty come in. Your father was brand new. It was another man.
Barclay Ackland?
Ackland. Barclays came in asking me, seen on his travels, said he saw the hanging of a man twice. He'd been sick prior. He was all kinds of spooked. He'd been traveling, he got sick often. He was all kinds of scared. I invited him to the saloon to rest up. So he asked for Tice to come to ask a few questions, because Tice was from the area. I believe it was New Corral. And that's where said he saw the second hanging. I don't know what, and he just kind of stops and he gets 1,000-yard look and just goes, I left after a bit. There was somebody who had to ask me a question. I saw them talking to Murhill over a drink. Then Tass got sick soon after. And he looks panicked and sad, and he goes, oh my god. You think Murhill did something to him?
That it was in the saloon?
It was packed. Everybody came after service. It was a good day. Ackland came back. Crater, he was a nice man. Never was quite the same after that he saw what he did. Tice was a nice man.
What about his wife, though? His wife seems nuts.
Well, she is. He says very dismissive, yeah, it's she's just after money. She got the money now.
But she went back to Tablet Stone.
Everybody here thought she did it. But, listen, I knew her quite a bit. Pious woman came every day to service. She feared the Lord too much. She got money and left. Everybody in town thought she'd poison him. That flower garden, everybody thought it was her, but I looked at those gardens.
Was the owner serve him food?
No, they had a drink. They brought their drinks over.
Who, the owner brought the drinks over?
No, Tice and Barclay brought their drinks over to talk. You don't get fresh drink. Nobody's got the money to keep buying people drinks out here. And he kind of chuckles a little bit and he goes, and Jenkins got a reputation of picking up straight drinks.
I have a note that says the owner of the saloon, owner and shady.
Yeah, well, because he said something kind of shady, the very first session, the very first time. It was the end of the first episode.
Got mad that we were talking about the sundown on Friday nights.
Yeah, and then there was a black shadow that...
Oh, right.
Oh, it was the whisper...
Well, I'm thinking, did the owner poison Mr. Tice because he was learning about the stuff? Did the owner read the book?
I don't, Father Milton. You want to ask Father Milton?
Yeah.
Father Milton kind of goes by, goes, Maurice, I don't particularly know. I know that the man has debts. I do know that. But we were in full company. Drinks been made. Jarma makes the drinks. She pours them. You met her. She ain't gonna hurt no one.
Or will she? Bum bum bum.
I'm thinking conspiracy theory.
Well, Sheriff, maybe I will buy you that drink.